it's going to be a great game. No, I can't make it. We've got a proposal due on Thursday for the Leighton account. Uh-huh. Yeah, Carson made their bid last week, and we heard they dropped their prices again to sweeten the deal. So it looks like we're going to go head-to-head on this one. Yeah, I know. Okay. All right, good. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Steve, don't forget your 10 o'clock meeting.
Oh, that's right. Here, this will give you something to work on.
When would you like this report? No problem.
Right, but before we get into that, I want to show you the impact of Leighton on sales. All right, here are earnings for the past 3 quarters with projections into 97 based on current growth rates. Not bad. But if we win Leighton, this is what you're going to see. Now, strategically, we need Leighton. They own 15 major retail drug chains throughout the U.S. and Europe, and they're real strong in the Pacific Rim. These guys are growing at 25% annually, and they're in it to win. But so is Carson, and that's why I need your help. To beat these guys, we have to come up with a pretty aggressive pricing structure, and I don't want to give away our margins.
How much are we talking?
About 7% overall.
Ouch. How are we going to do that? I mean, where do we cut?
Wait a second, guys. We may not have to. If we offer them the AIM system, we save 6 to 8%. Plus, we can guarantee just-in-time inventory.
That's right. Good idea. What is this AIM system?
Well, it's the new automated inventory management system for key accounts. It allows us to tie their inventory system directly into order entry. That way, they don't have to call up our reps and then wait for them to modem the data to corporate from their laptops.
Sounds good.
Yeah, when will it be ready?
Well, Fred did the field trials in March. We plan to have new accounts online, say, in a couple months.
Great.
You know, Leighton's going to be a high-volume account. How are we going to meet the Far East demand without impacting Europe?
Yeah, I was concerned about that, too, so I had my agent check it out. Agents, please. Angie.
This is Angie.
Angie, open up production report graph number 1. It turns out that the Sydney plant still has a 28% reserve capacity.
Yeah, but I didn't think we had a good primary source for amino alkanols near the plant.
Well, you're right, we don't, but we have a good secondary source. Becker Chemical. They produce about 5 tons a year. Now, if we can cut a deal on price, we can second source from Becker, ramp up production at the Sydney plant, and ship direct to Tokyo. I've got Joe working on it right now.
Okay, good.
You know, if we sell Leighton on the AIM system, we're going to have to coordinate Becker's shipments through order entry.
Yeah, that's right. We've got to make sure that Becker can tie into our system. Can you follow up on that?
Sure.
And I'd like a summary of the trials before we go ahead. I'll have Angie run the numbers through finance.
When are we going to put together the presentation?
Well, it'll have to be Wednesday, so we have time for a run-through.
Alan, there's a trump card we're not playing here.
What's that?
TGH.
Now, come on, Steve. We've been through that before. We don't have FDA approval, and you know our policy.
But we're so close. If Leighton knew how hot this product is, I know we'd nail him.
Steve.
Listen, I know Leighton, and I don't think pricing alone is going to do it. Let me show it to him under non-disclosure.
Now, look, I can't take a risk like that on a hunch.
It's not just a hunch. We're finishing up the last follow-up studies, and the data looks great.
Yeah, but what about the product analysis?
I can get it done on time.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alan, come on, we all want this account, right?
Okay, you're on. If you can come up with a solid presentation with complete data, I'll see if I can get legal to go along.
Thanks.
Okay, any other ideas?
Yeah, how about lunch? Is that all you ever think about?
All right, I guess not. Okay, I'll see you guys 3 o'clock Wednesday.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna go.
Steve, why you do this to me? That study won't be done for another week.
Well, can't you run a simulation?
Not the same.
What about Miller's study?
Not done. 2 weeks.
All right, what about the calcium model?
You're pushing it.
Okay. Wait a minute, what about the endocrine study?
That's almost ready.
Great, when can you have that?
Next Tuesday, maybe.
Ed, that's too late. I gotta have that tomorrow or Thursday at the absolute latest.
Look, the data has to be interpreted before we can visualize the binding site. I only got 3 machines in this lab, and they're tied up.
Ed, you gotta help me out on this one, please.
Okay, get me access to a compute server, and I'll see what I can do.
You got it. I'll go talk to Chuck right away. Thanks. I owe you one.
I hope we can get Becker online without too much trouble. Okay, let's see how they're set up. Manufacturing looks good. So let's run a little test.
Report completed, Mary.
Good. Open report. Open new customer plan. Review agent recommendations. Looks good. Rationale, please. Sources. Logic.
So, what do you got, Robbie?
Your report is ready. You have 1 voicemail message. I rescheduled your staff meeting for Monday as requested.
Good. Robbie, playback message 1.
Hey, Steve, good news. We got approval from legal with one caveat. You need to make sure that any product data can be backed up. And you need to give them at least a day for legal review, okay? So, good luck.
All right. $33.95. Crooks.
In other news, TGH, the promising new cardiovascular anticoagulant under development by Biochemics Incorporated, is expected to gain approval by the Food and Drug Administration within 4 to 6 weeks. According to sources at Biochemics, positive findings from the company's recent Stage 3 clinical trials are reported to be the key component in the FDA's rulings. TGH is the most recent